Welcome my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. We're going to the top. We're going to bring others with us. So please become a part of Notification Squad. Peep Squad, hit that notification bell, baby, and know each and every time I drop a video. So let's talk about Charlamagne Tha God. And let's talk about Charlamagne Tha God podcast, The Brilliant Idiots. I was watching it this week, and it seemed like Charlamagne is moving forward, and he's basically want to elevate. And it also seemed like some of the words he was using, he was speaking in code, but allegedly it seems like Charlamagne wants to move on from the Breakfast Club, like he wants to do something different. And also Charlamagne Tha God said in this podcast that he wants to do one-on-one interviews. And you know, when he did that one-on-one interview with, you know, none other than Kanye West, that was a beautiful interview, and you can see how elevated Charlamagne was and how comfortable he was. But he also said that Kanye West messed up that interview by going public and, you know, just going to TMZ and going everywhere and doing the most. But also Charlamagne Tha God said, you know, it's 2020, it's time to move on. Like, he's been doing the same thing for over a decade. You know, I was just like, okay. And he also said he wanted to invest in his YouTube channel and have a studio and his podcast, you know, become fire, you know, and also have a place where people can come and do one-on-one interviews with Charlamagne Tha God. I was like, don't you do interviews on the Breakfast Club? Okay. And he also said, you know, that sometimes things runs course. And I was like, is he talking about the Breakfast Club? Because he's been there for over a decade. And he also said he likes to do things 4 years, like, you know, college 4 years, you know, high school 4 years, the Olympics 4 years, but basically try to move forward. And he said he needs to start from the beginning, go back to level 1, and then make it to level 11 and basically level up, because he wants to do something different. He wants to try new things. I was like, okay, Charlamagne. I was like, Charlamagne is doing it. And then Charlamagne said he believes he can conquer anything that he wants to accomplish. And basically, he also says that, you know, people are taking a piece of his pie that's already coming to him. And it's like, you know, the Breakfast Club, they're already taking a piece of his pie when a lot of people are just already coming to see him on a Breakfast Club, because people get upset when Charlamagne Tha God is not there to interview them. And sometimes it throws off the interview when Charlamagne is not there. People don't want to even click on a Breakfast Club. Not saying that Angela Yee and DJ Envy don't have value, but a lot of people look for Charlamagne for what he's going to say and what he's going to do next. So I wonder if Charlamagne Tha God is thinking about, you know, cutting ties with the Breakfast Club and moving on. And he also says that people have been getting on his ass and basically saying that he can do more, he can have more, he can be more established than he is now. I was like, Charlamagne is doing good. I salute Charlamagne, but he's saying that there's big people that's on his ass. And could that be none other than Puff Daddy from Revolt TV? Could that be none other than, you know, Tyler Perry? Because he was like, yo, once I went to the Tyler Perry studios, I could see the vision, I can see the glory, I can see the promised land, you know? So I'm just like, you know, the Breakfast Club is most likely taking a lot of his time and dedication when he can be investing in himself and his own things, where he's the sole owner of whatever he does. I was like, okay, I don't know if he's going to leave the Breakfast Club, but it seems like it's going that way. And he goes, you know, that I was just like, what does this mean for like hip hop? What does this mean for the journey of hip hop? Because a lot of people go to the Breakfast Club for, you know, interviews to get their insight, to hear what Charlamagne has to say. Could they ever replace Charlamagne with the Breakfast Club breakup? What do you guys think about the situation? And he also said that he's been doing, you know, his podcast since 2005. It's time to elevate it and put more time and more effort into his podcast too as well. I was like, OMG. And Charlamagne Tha God said he's dreaming bigger, you know, and he has other content that he wants to create on his podcast, you know, which is totally different from the Breakfast Club, which can cut into the Breakfast Club, you know, wanting to do something with Charlamagne when Charlamagne is already having, you know, the top interviews on his podcast. Nobody could cut into his money. And when he said that, you know, people are already getting a piece of his pie when it's already coming to him, I was just like, damn, it seems like Charlamagne Tha God is kind of looking like he's going to be moving on from the Breakfast Club. What do you guys think about that situation? Because it really seems like he doesn't want to be tied down to something for over a decade. It's time to move. It's time to start over. And he kept saying that, you know, he has to drop back down to level 1 in order to reach, level 11 instead of a level 10, because he's already at a level 10. I was just like, damn, he wants to rebuild. He wants to start new. And Schultz was just like, I believe you could do anything that you want to do, and you can take it as far as you want to take it, and you could be as big as you want to be. And for Charlamagne to exude the prestige that he wants, it seems like he's going to have to say goodbye to the Breakfast Club and do what he needs to do to basically represent his brand and build his brand even bigger, because he's already been on the Breakfast Club for a decade. It's time to move on. And if you look at, people that he look up to, was like Wendy Williams. Look what she has done. She has elevated to her own TV show. And basically it seems like Charlamagne is ready to move forward. Peace. I'm out. One love to all my peeps and my peoples.